And at church, we had Vacation Bible School coming up. So I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and volunteer. I signed up for Vacation Bible School, which is a week-long study, and I was working with the youth at that time. So I was studying with the youth. Vacation Bible School's coming up. I made this commitment. We needed a lot of help, and we were short on help. So me helping out was a great help to that particular area. But as I'm working on this job, the person I'm working with, they really liked me, and they said, man, we're about to do a job up in Oklahoma. We want to fly you up to Oklahoma so you can work with us in Oklahoma. I said, I'm in. Because I didn't have any work. I needed that money. So I'm like, yeah, I needed that money. I mean, I had to take care of my family. So I was all ready to go. Then I looked at my calendar and I realized I made a commitment to VBS, Vacation Bible School at the church, and I was supposed to fly up that same week, and I had to tell him, I said, man, I can't do it. He said, why? I said, man, I made a commitment to the church, and I have to teach at VBS that week. I can't do it. Now, I really wanted to go, but I had to make a decision. Am I going to put this job first, or am I going to put the Lord first? And I chose to put the Lord first. Now, it hurt, because I was like, what am I going to do? I need that money, but Jesus is first. The Lord is first. So I made that decision, and it was a hard deal. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Sometimes when you make a decision for the Lord, it's a very difficult thing. And Satan will come and tell you, man, you really going to do that? But you got to be faithful to the Lord. So I made the decision. It was hard, and I was kind of down. But as the day went on, I got a call on my cell phone. Somebody from the employment group where I work, they called me and said, hey, can you talk? I said, yeah, I can talk. They said, we have an opportunity for you. Bring you on full time to work from home. To work from home where you're going to manage a group with us. So I said, yeah, I'll do that. So the Lord ended up blessing me in a better way because I was faithful to him. Whereas if I would have put the job first, it wouldn't have worked out. Because guess what? Even though they were trying to fly me to Oklahoma to do that job, they couldn't get the funding for the flight, so I couldn't go anyway. Even if I would have done that, so by me putting the Lord first, I ended up being blessed in a better way. And that job opened up so many doors for me. So when you put the Lord first, even though sometimes things may not look right, even though sometimes it may look like, oh man, I made a bad decision, just trust God and know that he's going to see you through.
Amen.
The wonderful thing about this story with the rich man and Lazarus is that even though Lazarus had a rough life, Lazarus in the end, his life still turned out well, because where was Lazarus found in the end of our story? He was in heaven. He was in heaven. And as I want to close on something. Let me go quick. Because I'm thinking about one of the most popular characters in persons in the New Testament, and that is Apostle Paul. Paul started off rough. Paul started off persecuting Christians. He started off killing Christians. But Paul had an encounter with Jesus Christ, and it turned his whole life around. And that tells us that anyone here today, if you will make that kind of commitment to God, where you will commit your life to Jesus Christ, putting him first, no matter what you've done, no matter the bad decisions you've made, no matter if you come from the hood or whatever, God can turn your life around. That's not funny.
Amen.
From the hood ain't nothing wrong. I'm from the hood. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. So Paul, at the conclusion of his life, these are Paul's words. Listen to what Paul said. Now remember, he was started off bad, but now he's in good with God. This is what he says. He says to Timothy, for I am already being poured out like a drink offering, and the time for my departure is near. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award me on that day. And not only to me, but also to all who have longed for his appearing. So, as you think about life, our lives are just like the rich man and just like Lazarus. How we live our lives, the decisions we make in our lives, whether we're chasing pleasure or satisfaction, or whether we're chasing God, is going to determine how our life concludes. Now, what do you want to be able to